Hello everyone, Super Tim 101 here with another build review. This series is where I go over my favorite mechs and my favorite builds, whether they are considered meta or not. And today's mech is the Cicada 3M. Definitely not considered a meta mech. This mech has a lot of shortcomings that make it not super popular. It has a big, wide target on it for both its center torsos and its side torsos. Doesn't have great shield arms, sort of vestigial sort of things sticking out here. Its legs are easy to target, has not great armor, so you don't see it a whole lot. However, it has some really cool things going for it that I like and I tend to use a lot. In the lore, it is a mech that was made to compete with things like the Locust as a scout mech, a heavier scout mech, and it does that really well in the lore. Now, that doesn't always translate to Mechwarrior Online, but if you're patient with it and really get to know it, you can use some of its advantages and really make it an effective mech. So why don't we look at it in the store real quick? Let's see, we're at Cicada 3M, and just see what kind of quirks we have. So we have a UAC jam chance of minus 30%. That is fantastic. Minus 30% of your UAC, whatever one you're using, to jam. That's great. Ballistic velocity plus 20%, also great. Energy range plus 10%. So your medium lasers will almost hit a similar range as an ER medium just by this quirk. And then you have a ballistic cooldown of minus 20%, an energy cooldown of minus 15%, and heat of minus 5%, with some also some armor and structure quirks as well. So this has a lot of quirks because it is hard to play, it's easy to shoot, so it has a lot of quirks to make up for those sorts of things. So why don't we jump into the mech lab and see what we're running. Well, first let's start with this. We have an XL 265, which gives us 107.3. So that's pretty fast for a medium mech, which you use that speed to your advantage a lot. You can reposition, hit and fade. You are speedy for a medium, and you have to be because you're so lightly armored. This is with a lot. We'll see the skill tree in a second, but with the skills, we get the 52 in both side torsos and 62 in the center, 47 on the legs. I did have to shave down the head and the arms to get everything I needed. You run 4 medium lasers, and with the quirks and skills, that gets you over 330 or so optimal range, which is really nice. Then this thing right here, the Ultra ECM. This is awesome. It's just, you can just plink away with it almost all game. Every now and then you'll get a bad game with some jams, really bad jams at really bad times, but for the most part, you can just keep plinking with it. You've got the cooldown quirk, you've got the UAC jam chance quirk, you've got the velocity quirk. It is just, you just keep throwing rounds downrange, and it is great. You run 3 tons of ammo. I had been running 2.5, but I kept running out, so I really needed that extra half ton, and that's where I shaved the arms down a little bit. And of course, the Guardian ECM. This is really helpful. It's kind of like easy mode in some ways, because enemies tend not to target you when they don't see the red Dorito. So, really fun in terms of what you can shoot, your speed, and then your Ultra ECM, which is really great. Alright, let's jump into the skills. Firepower. I went down sort of the right-hand side to get the magazine capacities and the enhanced UAC to get the jam bar dissipation rate, which when you jam, that goes down quicker, which is really nice. You definitely want to get the 2 magazine capacity nodes and the other enhanced UAC node as well. Laser duration helps. They are medium lasers, so they have, not a super long burn time, but it helps a lot with getting the burn time down. Heat generation range is actually really helpful, which is why I got these 2 nodes right here. It helps you stay a little bit further back for your medium lasers. So 37 points in the firepower tree. I did pick up quite a few points, 18 points in the survivability tree to get those armor hardening and one skeletal density. If you can maybe drop some range if you wanted to add one more skeletal density somewhere else, like go this way or something like that. But that's a pretty decent investment to get the skills that you need. Nothing in mobility or jump jets, of course, because jump jets, we don't have them. Full operations tree in terms of cool run, heat containment. You fire a lot with that UAC5, so even with the fairly cool weapon, if you're firing your lasers and your UAC over and over again, you tend to get your heat pretty high. So I wanted as much dissipation and capacity as possible. Of course, you get the enhanced ECM systems to get the most effective ECM. Don't bother taking ECM unless you're going to get these. These are the first nodes that you should get when you're skilling an ECM mech. I also picked seismic sensor because you can be sneaky, so you want to know where the enemy is. You want to know if they're behind the corner. You're a skirmisher, so you want to know when you can go in, when you can go out. Get that seismic sensor. And then the value slot in the auxiliary for my normal UAV and cool shot. You are somewhat of a scout at times. You go 107, so you can kind of move up to the enemy, pop your UAV. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I'd wait until the fight is happening or just about to happen, and you're with your team and pop your UAV. And the cool shot, because again, the mech can get kind of warm, and you want to keep firing as much as possible. So that is the Cicada 3M, a fun little mech, even if it has some shortcomings, but with some practice with positioning, it can be a lot of fun, throw a lot of damage downrange, you can reposition pretty easily, provide ECM cover for your team, and just annoy the enemy. So with that, let's jump into a game. Assault. We'll have to use speed and mobility here. Yeah, it might be a true save, I don't know, but let's gotta keep some optimism here, right? Can we rush right into him? I mean, at this point, just run right into him. See if we get the early guys dead. Thoughts?
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Got Uziel by himself?
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Good, Charlie.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Warning,
Target spotted.
incoming missile. UAV
Target
activated.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Most of your assaults are on the outside of the hill,
Warning,
Foxtrot 5.
incoming missile.
Jeez.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Right towards one Gulf.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Left arm critical damage.
My God.
Center torso critical damage.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target
Enemy
spotted.
base is being captured. New target acquired.
Affirmative. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
Delta, Delta.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Echo.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed. New target
Target spotted.
acquired. New target acquired. New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
Nicely done, guys.
Affirmative.
One assault.
The Nuzium. Medium.
Amazing team.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Great job. That was a really good push. Just pushing with use our speed. KMDD. Who that was on? Sure. Go back and look. No killing blows. 1 KMDD, 455 damage. That helped a lot. Alright, great. What else? Not the highest damage, but that was a great game. Great game. What a match. Man, that was fun. Not my highest damage match, but my match score was in the top 5, which I thought was pretty cool. You'll notice that we had 1 assault and they had 4. So at the beginning, there was some negativity. The taco, what is it? The Saved by the Bell guy was like, "Well, we're too late," but that's why I called for just to run into them. Potentially, if we had done that, and I think it worked out to our advantage, 12-2, we would basically run into the early guys and able to take them out because all of us can move basically as a team, or at least half of us, if not more, can move as a team. We're all fast, take out the guys that we encountered early, and then move on to the next guys. And it worked. We all moved in relatively together. I started going after that Uziel at first, but then I saw on the minimap, always watch your minimap, that my team was pushing up the hill. So I swung around, started shooting at the Ebon Jaguar. You'll notice the Ebon Jaguar did not get that much damage, 41 damage. And he was out of the fight early. The Corsair wasn't able to do much. Their Irby wasn't able to do much. Their Mislinks was taken out early. So that early push, aggression wins games. So that early push not only took out some of those mechs early, but also neutralized in a lot of ways their learn boats. They had to back up, they had to reposition, they couldn't keep firing. I just knew that if we had stayed in that normal spot down where our spawn was, where our base was, and just tried to hold off a push like Grim Plexus usually goes. We just didn't have the weight for it. We didn't have the tonnage. We didn't have the armor. We didn't have the firepower for that. So we really needed to push in quick, and I'm glad the team responded to that and did that because it worked out really well. So I just wanted to highlight that match because we were grossly out-tunned and yet came out 12-2. So a really great match. As you can see, you can reposition fairly quickly, fairly easily with this mech. You're not always the target. That rifleman or it was Jaeger mech, I think, had no idea I was there, and I was shooting at him because of the ECM. So it's a lot of fun. You can see the UAC just fires over and over again, almost like a UAC2. It just can go so quickly. So it's a lot of fun to play. You do have to be careful because just some glancing blows will open up your components. But if you reposition, play to the mech's strengths in terms of speed and what its quirks are, it is a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and have a great day.